They call it Hulu Sungai Utara, but very few people understand what that name truly means, because this is not just a regency in South Kalimantan. This is a land born from kingdoms, forged through struggle, and built by people who refuse to let their identity disappear into history. Long before modern Indonesia existed, long before roads, government offices, and administrative borders were drawn across maps, this land was already a centre of civilization, a place where kings ruled, cultures flourished, and history was written along the rivers of Borneo. Welcome to Hulu Sungai Utara, one of the most fascinating yet overlooked regions in Indonesia. Located in the northern part of South Kalimantan province, Hulu Sungai Utara covers approximately 915 square kilometres and is home to more than 232,000 people. Its capital city, Amuntai, stands proudly as the heart of the regency and as a symbol of resilience, heritage, and identity. At first glance, Hulu Sungai Utara may seem like a quiet region surrounded by rivers, wetlands, and fertile landscapes. But beneath its peaceful appearance lies a story that stretches back centuries. A story that begins with one of the oldest kingdoms in South Kalimantan. According to local historical traditions, this region was once the centre of the legendary Negara Dipa kingdom. Its royal capital stood at Candi Agung, an ancient site that remains one of the most important historical landmarks in South Kalimantan today. Before settling in Candi Agung, the kingdom's earlier centre was located downstream at Candi Laras, in what is now Tapin Regency. The movement of the capital represented more than geography. It reflected the evolution of power, trade, culture, and governance in a region that would shape the future of South Kalimantan. For centuries, the rivers of this land carried not only goods and travellers, they carried ideas, traditions, beliefs, and the foundations of a civilization that would survive through changing eras. Then came the age of colonial administration. The old political structures of the Banjar Sultanate gradually disappeared. The Dutch colonial government reorganised the region into administrative divisions known as afdelingen. One of the most significant among them was Afdeling Amuntai. From this centre, a vast territory was governed through districts such as Amuntai, Tabalong, Kalua, Alabio, and Balangan. Even during those years, the people of the region possessed a strong sense of identity. They understood their strategic location, they recognised their economic potential, and they believed they were capable of governing themselves. That belief would eventually ignite a movement that changed history forever. As Indonesia entered a new era after independence, leaders and community figures throughout the northern Hulu Sungai region began discussing a bold vision. They wanted autonomy. They wanted self-government. They wanted a future in which their region could determine its own destiny. From that vision emerged a powerful organisation known as PETIR, Penyatuan Tindakan Rakyat, the United People's Action. The name itself sounded like thunder, and its impact would be just as powerful. Led by respected figures such as Haji Mohan, Abdul Hamid Han, Haji Sabaran Effendi, Haji Abdul Muthalib M, Gusti Anwar, Tarzan Noor, and M. Jurani Siddiq, PETIR became the voice of an entire region. Their mission was simple, yet revolutionary: to establish an autonomous regency separate from Hulu Sungai Regency, whose capital was located in Kandangan. What happened next was extraordinary. Religious leaders joined the movement. Young people joined the movement. Political parties joined the movement. Community organisations joined the movement. Support poured in from every corner of society. The people were united by a common dream. One historic day, thousands gathered in Amuntai's marketplace. The square overflowed with citizens, farmers, teachers, merchants, religious scholars, workers, families, all standing together, all demanding the same thing: recognition, autonomy, and the right to shape their own future. The massive public assembly produced a formal resolution calling for the creation of an independent, autonomous regency in the northern Hulu Sungai region. The momentum became impossible to ignore. PETIR representatives travelled tirelessly. They met provincial officials in Banjarmasin. They journeyed all the way to Jakarta. They carried with them the hopes of an entire population. Their determination eventually reached the highest levels of government. Then came the breakthrough. On November 16, 1951, the Ministry of Home Affairs issued a decision establishing Kabupaten Amuntai, with Amuntai as its capital. The dream that had once seemed distant was finally becoming reality. Months later, on May 1, 1952, history was made. At exactly 10 o'clock on a Thursday morning, before government officials, community leaders, and citizens filled with anticipation, the members of the new regional council were officially inaugurated. That moment marked the birth of Kabupaten Amuntai. A new chapter had begun. Yet the story did not end there. As Indonesia's administrative system continued to evolve, another important decision followed. On January 14, 1953, the name Kabupaten Amuntai was officially changed to Kabupaten Hulu Sungai Utara, the name that continues to stand proudly today. Even when Tabalong later became its own regency in 1965, Hulu Sungai Utara remained strong. Its identity endured, its spirit survived, and its people continued building their future. Today, Hulu Sungai Utara is more than an administrative region. It is living proof that history is not only written by kings and governments. History is written by ordinary people who believe in something greater than themselves. People who organize, people who struggle, people who refuse to surrender their dreams. From the ancient Kingdom of Negara Dipa to the sacred grounds of Candi Agung, from the thunderous voice of PETIR to the official birth of a new regency, the story of Hulu Sungai Utara is a story of courage, unity, and determination. A story that deserves to be remembered. A story that deserves to be told. And perhaps most importantly, a story that reminds us that even the quietest places on the map can carry the loudest echoes of history. Because Hulu Sungai Utara is not merely a place, it is a legacy, a civilization, a struggle, and a living testament to the enduring spirit of the people of South Kalimantan.